Hello everyone, Yuki here with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about this new, well, I guess old is new these days, 32-inch Sony Trinitron XBR250 that I just picked up. I actually went into my local recycling center and they came and said to me, oh, we haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, yeah, I've been pretty busy. So I saw this big stand here, this TV stand, and it was free. And I was figuring, oh man, this is nice. This looks really good. It has a shelf inside. It has two magnetic tip. The doors are magnetic, so everything looked pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, I would gladly take this, but unfortunately, I don't have any more CRTs to put on there because all my CRTs have stands and whatnot on them. So the guy who ran the place, he was like, you know what? I've got a Sony CRT 32-inch just sitting at home. You're welcome to have it. And apparently he got 4 of them from like some vacation home or something. And so he had a few of them laying around. I went over there, checked it out, picked it up, brought it back here, set it up with MiSTeR, and it's a pretty nice screen. It is a Trinitron tube. The XBR250s were pretty high end back in 1999. And after setting it up and playing around with the colors, I actually got it to match my Sony PC CRT. And I was actually shocked because I've tried to match other screens to those colors before, and it usually takes about an hour. This one I had up and running in about 10 minutes, and it looks very, very sharp. So I had to make some changes. I had a buddy come over last night. He played some Mega Man and Bass, and it looked good. But I think if he came over sooner, soon now, it'd probably look a lot better. This TV was heavy. It was about 180 pounds, and the width of the TV was fine, but the stand itself took some time to get into. I actually had to pull this door off its hinges in order for it to fit in. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty nice screen. Geometry's a little wonky on some of the edges, which comes to be. And right now you're seeing the MiSTeR playing a Super Turbo ROM hack called New Legacy. So that's why you'll see certain things look a little different. For instance, the character select screen, you have a black space right there for our buddy Goki. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a different game. They rebalance. It's actually pretty cool, and it runs on MiSTeR, thank goodness. So it makes it the bar of entry for such a game to be very low. You just set up your MiSTeR with an MRA. Make sure you download the latest Jotego core, and you're off and running. So that's pretty cool. Now, what's nice about MiSTeR, as many know, if you have the I/O board, you could do simultaneous output. Now on my Sony screen, if you guys have noticed, whenever I try to output to that, this core has issues actually, syncing up. So what I did is I had to make a moan line to play the game in 240p 120 hertz. And what's nice about MiSTeR with the I/O board, you could do simultaneous output. So what I did here was I'm kicking out YPBPR over the VGA or DE15 output. So that's just one cable. I have a cable that carries that YPBPR. That's going to this television. And then I'm using, I'll take you guys over here. I'm using that's just a splitter that I have to connect to the TV, but I'm using an HDMI to VGA to take the 240p at 120 hertz mode line and kicking it out to this CRT here. So theoretically, I now have a head-to-head setup in my own game room with 2 Sony Trinitron CRTs. One obviously being this PC CRT, and the other one being the 32-inch that I just got yesterday. And I must say, it looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice setup. The PC CRT obviously looks better, but I think it's also because it's smaller, so the pixels are more defined, being that they're closer up together, so you have that higher pixel density. But other than that, the colors are pretty much spot on, and they both look really good. Geometry is obviously better on a PC CRT. I'll try to do what I can on the TV, but no promises there. It's just, it's a TV, and it didn't cost me anything, whereas this one cost me a whopping $5. Anyway, folks, yeah, the MiSTeR is still going strong, still pretty good. Dual output is very nice, and this is just an example that if you have the right setup, you can get 2 analog out with 2 different video feeds. Like I said, this is YBBPR, and that one over there is an HDMI signal being converted to VGA, and the CRT likes it. So it's 120 hertz over there, 60 hertz over here. If you have any questions or comments on how to implement this in your setup, just hit me up on YouTube. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. It's very simple. You just go to the I&I and you just make some mode lines here for your HDMI output, and then you just do the same for the YPBPR, just same thing in the I&I. Anyway, folks, if you have any, like I said, have yourself a good one.